Lenz law and conservation of energy. What is the statement of Lenz law? According to Lenz, the direction of the electric current which is induced in a conductor by a changing magnetic field is such that the magnetic field created by the induced current opposes the initial changing magnetic field. So when a magnetic field linked with a conductor changes, remember, when magnetic field linked with a conductor changes and current will be induced in the conductor. If you change the electric field or electric flux, then there will be no induced current. Only when there will be change in magnetic field or magnetic flux in a conductor, then induced current will be produced. So the induced current is also produced a magnetic field, and the direction of the induced current is such that the magnetic field which is produced by the induced current will oppose the initial changing magnetic field. So this is what called Lenz law. So Lenz law gives the negative sign in the equation, Faraday equation, the EMF equal to minus d phi by dt. So in Faraday equation, d phi by dt, you have the negative sign because of due to Lenz. Now look to this figure. Suppose this is the magnet and this is the coil, and this magnet produces or induces a flux or produces some flux which imparts on this coil. So this is called the inducing flux. B1 is called the inducing flux due to the magnet. And when the inducing flux B1 increases, the induced flux B2 opposes B1. The induced flux B2 is produced by the induced current. Current will be induced in this coil due to the change in magnetic flux due to this magnet. When the inducing flux B1 increases, when the magnet will go towards the coil, the inducing flux will increase. So when the inducing flux B1 increases, the induced flux B2 opposes B1. So applying a right hand rule, the direction of the induced current will be in counter clockwise direction. The direction of the induced current will be in this direction, counterclockwise direction. And when you bring the magnet away from this coil, suppose you bring the magnet this side away from the coil, then the inducing flux B1 decreases. So when the inducing flux B1 decreases, the induced flux B2, the induced flux is produced by this coil. So the induced flux B2 attracts B1. Remember, when the inducing flux B1 decreases, the induced flux B2 attracts B1, and applying right hand rule, the direction of the induced current will be in the clockwise direction. The induced current direction will be in the clockwise direction. So remember, the induced magnetic field in the coil is opposite to the inducing magnetic field. What will happen if an open circuit is used? Suppose this circuit is not closed, it will open. So what will happen if an open circuit is used in place of a closed loop? In this case also, the EMF is induced across the open end of the circuit. And in this induction process, some of magnet's mechanical energy, some of the magnet mechanical energy is transferred into equal amount of electrical energy, and the system's total energy is conserved. Therefore, Lenz's law is in accordance with the law of conservation of energy. Now let us work out some problem. In this figure, it is shown planar loops of different shapes. You see planar loops of different shapes, and it is moving out of or into the region of magnetic field. Here the loop is moving into the region of magnetic field. Here the loop is moving away from the region of magnetic field. And here the loop is moving away from the region of magnetic field. So the different loops are moving into or out of the region of magnetic field, which is directed normal to the plane of the loop away from the reader. The magnetic field is denoted by cross, so it is towards the inward, that is away from the reader. Determine the direction of the induced current in each loop using Lenz's law. First, you look to this rectangular loop BADC, this rectangular loop. So the loop, you may say ABCD. If you say ABCD, the loop ABCD is moving towards the region of magnetic field. You see, the loop is moving towards the region of magnetic field. So the magnetic flux through the loop increases. The induced current will flow along anti-clockwise direction. You see, because if it is increasing, and if you apply right hand thumb rule, then the induced current will flow along the anti-clockwise direction, that is ABCDA, to oppose the increasing flux. And you see in this figure, due to the outward motion of the triangular loop, this is ABC is the triangular loop, and it is in outward motion away from the magnetic field. The magnetic flux here will decrease, so the induced current flows in the clockwise direction. The induced current will flow in the clockwise direction BACB to oppose the decreasing flux. And you see in figure 3, due to the outward motion of the irregular loop, magnetic flux decreases. The induced current flows in the clockwise direction also here. The induced current flows in the clockwise direction CDABC. CDABC, in this direction the current will flow to oppose the decreasing flux. Now let us work out another problem. The magnetic flux through the rectangular loop ABCD increases due to the motion of the loop into the region of magnetic field. The question is, the induced current must flow along the path BCDAB so that it opposes the increasing flux. Sorry, this is not the question. This is the question. A closed loop is held stationary in the magnetic field between the north and south poles of two permanent magnets held fixed. Can you hope to generate current in the loop by using very strong magnets? The answer is no, because current can be induced only by changing the magnetic flux through the loop. Here you have another question. A closed loop moves normal to the constant electric field between the plates of a large capacitor. Is a current induced in the loop when it is wholly inside the region between the capacitor plates? And the second question is, when it is partially outside the plates of the capacitor, the electric field is normal to the plane of the loop. It is given the electric field is normal to the plane of the loop. And in both the cases, no current will be induced by changing the electric flux. Here it is, since it is the electric flux, so no current, current cannot be induced by changing the electric flux. Only current can be induced by changing the magnetic flux. So in the both the cases, in I and second I question, you have changing in electric flux, but no current will be produced or induced by changing the electric flux.